Hello! In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the equation of the line that passes through these 2 points. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is calculate the value of the slope, which we are going to represent with the lowercase letter m. So we write that the slope is equal to. We draw a long line, and in the numerator, we're going to put y2 minus y1, and in the denominator, we're going to put x2 minus x1. This is the formula we're going to use to calculate the slope of the line. Let's see. You're probably wondering, where do I get these values from? Well, it's very simple. We're going to get them directly from the coordinates that were given. In this case, if I say, for example, that this is point number 1, then this point has coordinates x1, y1. And if this is point number 2, then this point has coordinates x2, y2. Pay attention here, because I could say it the other way around. I could say that this is point number 1 and this is point number 2. In the end, it doesn't matter, okay? Well, I'm going to say that this is my point number 1, so the 2 has to be xx1, and the 5 has to be yy1. Now, if this is point number 2, then minus 6 is xx2, and minus 3 is yy2. And now, we're ready to calculate the slope. So, I have that the slope, which don't forget we represent with the letter m, is equal to yy2. Where is yy2? Here, it's minus 3, so we write it down. Then comes minus from the formula yy1. But yy1 is 5, so we write it over x2, which in this case is minus 6, then minus xx1, which is 2. All right, we have all the values now. Now we just need to do the operations. Minus 3 minus 5 gives me 3 minus 8. x2 in the denominator. We have minus 6 minus 2, which is also minus 8. Look, if the fraction can be simplified, then we simplify it. But if the fraction gives an integer, then we write the integer. In this case, since we have minus 8 divided by minus 8, we already know that this is equal to positive 1, right? So now we have that the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points is equal to 1. Once we have the value of the slope, we are going to find the value of the y-intercept. Look, the y-intercept is nothing more than the intersection on the y-axis. And how can we find it? Very simple. Look, the equation of the line in its slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. I want you to notice something. We just found the slope, right? Which we already saw is 1 now. We need to find the y-intercept. That is, we still need to find the value of b. And to do that, we're going to do the following. Look, we're going to take one of these 2 points, either one. Honestly, it doesn't matter. In this case, I'm going to take point A because it's simply easier since they're positive values. So look, let's write here. I'm taking point A. Let's remember that its coordinates are, well, here I'm going to put 2 dots. Its coordinates are 2, 5. So in this case, I'm going to do the following. This one here is going to be the value of x that I'm going to use here. And this one here is going to be the value of y that I'm going to use here, because we already know that a coordinate is always going to be xy, right? So I'll already have the value of y, which is 5. I'll already have the value of m, which is 1. I'll already have the value of x, which is 2. And I'll just be missing b. So I'll be able to solve for it. So let's substitute. I have y, which in this case is 5. It's equal to m, which in this case is 1 multiplied by x. So I open a parenthesis and put in the value of x, which in this case is 2 plus b, which is the one I don't know. We solve for b from here. I do the operation here first. I get 1 times 2, which equals 2. So we have 5 equals 2 plus b. We move this 2 to the other side by subtracting. So we get 5 minus 2 equals b. And well, from here we get that b equals 5 minus 2, which is 3 done. This is the value of b. Since we already have the value of the slope and also the y-intercept, Now we just need to substitute them directly here. So I have that the equation of the line in its slope-intercept form is y equals m times x. That is, 1 times x, which in the end would simply be x because it's 1 times x plus b. But b is equal to 3, that's it. This is the equation of the line that passes through these two given points. We're done. Look, before finishing the video, let me show you the following. I have copied the answer here, that is, the equation of the line that we arrived at, because now I'm going to check if what we did was correct or not. For that, we're going to use a technological tool that is usually allowed to be brought to school. So I'm showing you this calculator here. And watch what we're going to do to check if what we did was correct or not. Watch. We're going to press this little button that says function. And we're going to scroll down to where it says define f of x. So we press OK. And now we're going to enter this equation. Pay attention. What I have here is an equation. And here on the calculator, we're going to enter a function. But in this case, for practical purposes, it works exactly the same for us. So don't worry about that. All right, let's enter this equation, which is x plus 3. So I enter x plus 3, and we press the execute button. What I just did is save the function, or in this case, save the equation I've come up with. Now we're going to click here where it says home, and we're going to scroll down to where it says table, and we press OK. What we're going to do next is enter the x values, which we already have as data. And it should give us the y values. If it gives us the correct y values, then it means we've done it right. If not, it means we haven't. Okay. So let's do it. We enter a 2, and then we hit execute. It's telling me that when x is 2f of x is 5. In other words, y is 5. And that's correct. Look, we have the point 2, 5, just like it says on the calculator. So that's correct. Now let's try entering a -6. So I press Shift, minus, and enter 6. I've entered it. Now I hit execute, and it's telling me that f of x is -3. So y is -3. And that's also correct. With that, we're confirming that what we did is right. Okay? Here's something important that I want to highlight. It's just that it shows error. Error there. Don't worry about that. It really shows error at error because it's waiting for us to enter another function. But really, we only have this single equation, so there's no need to enter anything there. In case you have two functions or two equations, well, you can enter both f of x and g of x. But in this case, I insist, it's not necessary. That's why the word error appears there. But don't worry, okay? Well, that's it. With this, we're done. So you can practice a little bit. I'm going to leave you a homework exercise. I'll solve it in the next video. Look. I've put it here for you. Please copy it in your notebook and don't forget to leave your answer here in the comments. That way, there will be evidence that you had already done it correctly before watching the next video. Well, see you next time. Take care and behave yourselves. Do your homework. Goodbye. Goodbye. Sorry.